Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting video about Street Fighter 6. Today's video, as you can probably see, is buffs slash nerfs that I am hoping for in the upcoming patch. Now, you might be thinking, what does this guy know? He's not a pro player. Wait a second. This isn't Punk the God or Brian F. Why is this guy giving his opinion? Listen, everybody can have an opinion. You can have your own opinion. If you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. Now, there's a preference to this. This is not full buffs or full nerfs. I'm not looking at frame data on like normals and stuff or juggle properties off of drive rush. These are basic tools that characters have that I want them to change. That's it. You'll see how it goes. If you disagree, comment down below why. Oh, you should have given X person this because then they'll be too good. Or if you take away this from X person, then they'll be too bad. I think you'll understand how it goes. Remember, these are simple changes to the kits. The point of a balance patch is to make everybody like this. You don't want the game like this, right? So with minimal changes means that the game is balanced. I personally think every character in Street Fighter 6 is good in the right hands, obviously. I don't want the game to continue to be like this or even like this. I want fighting games to always be like this because you know what's fun? Fighting different characters and not 17 Hondas or 18 Blancas after Menno wins CEO. Then you fight nothing but Blancas. I want to fight the entire cast. That's cool. But of course, let's get into the video, of course. You understand how it goes, right? So, of course, Rashid, not out yet. Don't know shit about him. Don't know anything about Rashid. He's in his own tier. Not doing it. So, first, we're going to talk about Ryu. I think Ryu should get buffed, right? Specifically, his Denjin charge. I think his Denjin charge should be a core aspect of his gameplay. I think that if you give a character a tool like Denjin charge, it should be something that they should always prioritize having to make his combos cooler. I want it to like make his combo routes cooler. Obviously, it makes his fireball really good. But I think his Denjin charge is a little bit lackluster. Like, I can fight a Ryu and forget he even has the move until he knocks me full screen and then goes for Denjin charge. I'm like, oh, yeah. All I gotta do is just parry this and then I'm kind of vibing. Or I play Luke. Or I just throw an EX projectile. It beats his Denjin charge. And I just move in. So I think Denjin charge should get buffed. Anything else you might think, comment down below. Oh, my God. I can feel oh my God, the Ryu fan base just came after me. They said, you only want buff Denjin charge? What about... Don't worry about it. Ken should get nerfed. Boop. Ken should get nerfed. His Rekka into the overhead should be punishable. It's not, and that's stupid. No, I don't think, I could be wrong. I have never seen a fighting game where a person or a character has a Rekka with a high or low option and the high option is safe, right? You can think of like any Mortal Kombat game. I feel like the overhead options are always punishable. Maybe not. Maybe MK11, there was probably a few that wasn't, but most of the time they're punishable. You think of like Guilty Gear, Chip's Rekka, obviously overhead punishable. I think overhead should only be safe well, overheads are safe in this game, but I think an overhead should only be able to combo off of drive rush. I think drive rush and an overhead, that's the bread and butter, right? The fact that this character can do a high or a low mix-up. Now, of course, I know what you're saying. If he does the high version, if you do crouching jab, you can interrupt it. Sick. I'm glad I have to worry about interrupting this move that might be the overhead. It's not something you should be worrying about, right? The fact that it's safe means he gets pressure and it's safe. That's not cool. Like, overheads are supposed to come with a risk. And we'll talk about that later with some other characters. So yeah, I just mostly think that the overhead should just be nerfed with Ken. Everything else seems fine. Obviously, because DI his Dragon Lash on reaction, that's actually pretty fine. The low being safe, that's fine. Like I said, notoriously safe. Chun-Li, should get nerfed. Only her Hazanshu. I feel like the Hazanshus being safe for what they can do is pretty bad. The fact that they're able to obviously go over projectiles, and if they hit, you're obviously doing a projectile, which leads into a full-blown combo. If they guess wrong, they're still just safe. That's not cool. I think the Hazanshu should just be negative. It should be a negative move. Right? There's a risk and there's a reward, right? That's what makes fighting games cool, is when you make the right read, there's a reward. I think Hazanshu, you just throw it out, you know, you space it properly. It's just always going to be safe. There's no, there's no downside to the move, which is how much greatness it brings. Not having a downside is not that good, right? Now, I think the light version is negative, but I mean, why would you do the light version if you could just do the heavy version and catch anybody doing a fireball? Doesn't really make sense. Jamie buffed, obviously. The thing I want to see Jamie buffed, don't really care about anything else, is his anti-projectile move. His breakdancing kick. I think they should allow it, at least the EX version. Oh, also, by the way, like EX Hazanshu, safe, right? EX Hazanshu, I'm in the ballpark that EX moves should always be safe. That's my opinion. EX moves should always be safe to a degree. Not like plus, but safe. You're spending 2 bars. You should be safe. Okay, let me break it down. Like, not every EX move should be safe, but if you throw out an EX move of certain moves, if the light, medium, and heavy version are unsafe, the EX version should be safe, right? We'll talk about that when we get to, like, Honda. But yeah, no, Jamie's anti-projectile move where you breakdance across the floor, that should be better. A lot of characters in this game have projectiles. He should be able to use his anti-projectile move better, and close the gap. Kimberly, buff and nerf, right? Buffed, I think her EX DP should go back to being a DP. I think having a DP that doesn't function as a DP is stupid. I don't like that. I don't like that she has a tool that she's unable to use, because for some reason her and Lily's DP aren't DPs, right? This is once again bringing it back to here, right? Why is everybody else getting EX DP, and then hers you can throw her out of her EX DP? Let me just say that again. You can throw her out of her EX DP. That's not fair. That's not cool. Nerf. Once again, her running slide into the overhead should be punishable. I believe it's safe right now. It's not plus, it is safe, but once again, I think anybody who does like an overhead mix-up should be able to do, you should be able to punish them if they go for the overhead, right? I mean, her slide is negative, so the fact that her overhead is not negative, I'll let that slide. No pun intended. I'll let that slide because her slide isn't plus, right? Her slide's negative, so her overhead's plus. Maybe mix it up. I don't know. If not, if it stays the way it is now, that's perfectly fine. But her slide also doesn't let her go into a combo. You kind of just get knocked down. Guile, nerf, right? The only thing I want to see changed on Guile is I want to see his Sonic Boom recovery increased. That's it. His moves, right? If the developers change his frame data, all that other stuff, that's fine. But just the recovery on its Sonic Boom is really high or really low. There's no worse feeling than jumping over a boom and then getting flash kick still. That seems weird. That seems like you made the right read. You're trying to do it on reaction, because if you do it without reaction, he'll just flash kick you anyway. He has 2 other good anti-airs, which means if he's not even charging flash kick, he has his crouching heavy punch and his heavy kick. Like, what the hell is that? Why does this man have 3 anti-airs and his Sonic Boom recovers hella fast? That's kind of lame. Jury. Where do I want Jury? So this is tough, right? Because Jury is a great character. Right? Jury's a good character. But not because she has anything broken or gimmicky. She just has great tools. There's like, yes, she has driver's crouching medium kick. You just block low. Right? Like, she doesn't really have much that's broken. She is just a really well-designed character. So I'll put her in the buffs and the nerfs, whatever they decide to do with her. I'm going to leave that up to the developers. I feel like I don't play Jury, but whenever I fight a Jury, I don't really feel like she did anything gimmicky, right? It's not like Ken's Dragon Lash kick is full screen plus. I didn't DI it. Now I'm in pressure, right? She has drive rush, crouching medium kick. You block low. She has a little bit of plus frames. Nothing too crazy, right? I will say maybe throw loops. Nerf throw loops across the board. Not really a Jury thing. There's nerf throw loops across the board. But she's a good character. She just has good tools. I mean, they got rid of her Hazanshu from 5, so she doesn't have like a skip neutral tool anymore. Maybe buff her Rekkas when she has the stocks. I don't really see people using the stocks. More I see them using it in the fireball versus the Rekkas. That's it, right? Jury, solid character. Honda nerfed, obviously. Butt slam, if it's not EX, should be negative. It should be negative. Like, not negative in the sense of like he's like -1. I mean, like, his butt slam should be punishable. Because if he gets a counter hit, it's just like Chun-Li. If Honda gets a butt slam while you're throwing a projectile, he gets a combo off of it. Right? So if there's a high risk, I mean, there's a high reward to like no risk, what the hell is the point of the move? Except to be cheese. Except to be pure cheese. I don't like that. I would rather them, once again, light, medium, heavy. Maybe scale with how, maybe heavy can be like -3. And then like EX is like 0. Right? But he should not be able to do butt slam into crouching light punch. That, and then trade with you. That should not be it. That should not be it. That is lame. His headbutt being plus, or a few of them being safe, that's fine. His headbutt not being DI-able on the heavy version, debatable. I mean, if you just preemptively DI, then, I mean, you'll get him. If you DI in reaction, then you won't. But that's about it. That's the only thing I would say with Honda is his butt slam needs to be negative. Only thing I would change. Dalsum, buff and nerf, I would say. Dalsum's in a weird spot because his standing medium kick can like be punished if you just block it. But then also the way his fireballs work is kind of weird. Like his EX fireball bouncing like 17 times. So even if he overshoots it and it bounces off the wall behind you and then you're comboing him, the fireball can still come back. And then there's a few bugs with Dalsum as well, where like his level 2 is supposed to only take 4 hits of projectile damage, but then it actually takes 5, and like the thing glitches out. But yeah, I would just fix his fireball. Dalsum is notoriously a annoying character, right? I mean, that's just his archetype. Long range buttons. But I think his fireball should not be bouncing like a goddamn dodgeball inside a room of trampolines going 100 miles per hour. Right? The fact that it just bounces 17 times is super annoying. Also, I would say increase his landing recovery when he throws out a button. If he jumps and he floats down and he throws out the kick, if he jumps and throws out the kick while he lands, he has there's nothing you could do. There's like it's kind of lame. Like even if he misses you, because it comes at like a, you know, obviously like a diagonal this way. Even if he lands, he'll just not have any landing recovery after that. And I think that's just lame. Blanca should get buffed. Only in the sense of he should have more Blanca Chan dolls. I don't know why they went from 5 to 3. I don't think anybody uses them, really. Occasionally, you'll see a Blanca Chan tossed out. I want Blanca Chan dolls to be buffed. I think it's a cool archetype, right? It's like playing Guilty Gear Strive. When Mini Faust is out on the screen, you respect neutral, and then, you know, you go from there. But Blanca having Blanca Chan, but then still just playing like Blanca from Street Fighter V is just like not cool. Like they gave him like a cool tool And it's just like you're trying to hammer in a screw. It's like, yeah, it could work, but it's like not to its fullest potential. You mostly see the Blanca Chan setups like in the corner, and sometimes when they have like the level 2. Because Blanca Chan does cool stuff if you're in level 2 and off your level 1. I just think Blanca Chan dolls should just be increased. The character otherwise seems alright. You know, Blanca Ball going full screen. That's fine. It's how it's been. If you perfect parry it, you can drive rush after the perfect parry for a punish. Everything else seems fine. DJ nerfed, obviously. That is easy. The only thing I would say DJ should be nerfed on though is his sweep. His sweep being safe that just defies all laws of physics in fighting games. Very similar to the overhead Rekka with Ken. You should not be able to throw out a sweep and that be safe. The purpose of a sweep is to get a knockdown. If it's blocked, it's negative, and if it's negative, you can get counter sweeped or counter poked. I know if he sweeps and he's close to you, you can punish it, but there should be no sweep spot. Sweep should just be punishable. That's the risk reward of a sweep. Basically it. Manon. Oh, also with Manon and Jamie, they should keep half of their stocks. So if Jamie has 4 drinks, Jamie should have 2 drinks the next round. But then if Jamie has 2 drinks, for some reason, let's say round 2, he doesn't drink at all, he'll go down to 1 drink in the 3rd round. Same with Manon. I think Manon should have half of her stocks at the end of a round, even though I played Manon and I like her a lot. If you have 3 stocks, you should go down to 2. I think it should round up. Same with Jamie. If Jamie has 3 drinks, it'll go down to 2. So rounding up. And if she has 4 stocks, it's 2. If she has 5 stocks, it's 3. I think that's what they should nerf. And buffing her, realistically, a good buff would be having her standing heavy kick special cancelable, or having her crouching medium kick special cancelable. You know, she doesn't have a lot of special cancelable tools, especially with a game that has like drive impact. You know, I think having a special, and then also her standing heavy kick is her punish counter hit, which, you know, it sends the person like into a 360, like spinning, like, and she can't really do much except a special move. She can't really get like a big boy combo off of it. I think that's kind of lame. Maybe decreasing the recovery off her stand heavy kick so she can combo into it, if that's what they want to do, and not keep a special cancelable. That's fine, but obviously Manon does big boy damage. She has some cool combos. She's a cool character. Unfortunately, I just like grapplers. Marissa. What to talk about with Marissa? Marissa's been a huge contention recently, right? Everybody thinks she's weak, but Big Bird is making her look really strong. What should be Marissa's counterplay? I would say maybe nerf her drive gauge depletion. Maybe make her moves not chip so much drive gauge. If she's just going to be plus the entire time, maybe she should just chip away less drive gauge. Right? You can have the advantage, sure, but if I get hit, if I block 2 combos by Marissa and half of my goddamn drive gauge is gone, and then she's still plus and she does it again, that's kind of lame. I think that's just lame. The game is built around drive gauge, so I think that a character that can deplete your drive gauge with no real punishment, I would say, like there is a punishment but no real punishment. She already has a move that goes through drive impact. Why is she also depleting my drive gauge? She's weak to lows, but her command grab does like 25% damage also as well, which is kind of sussy baka. I'm just going to say it, but all I'm going to say is nerf the drive gauge depletion. Her tools and stuff seem fit for her character. That's perfectly fine. JP. What to do with JP? Right? What do you do with JP? Do you buff JP? Do you nerf JP? Do you buff and nerf JP? Interesting. JP's a character once again. Oh, you know what? Nerf this motherfucker. His amnesia shouldn't be throw involved. That's it. That's the only thing I would change. Why the fuck is his DP or his like reversal shit thrown involved? That is like the dumbest thing in the planet. That is stupid. No parry should be throw involved. If he misreads the situation, his ass should be fucking tossed. Or maybe only the EX version is throw invul and the normal version is not. But yeah, that's dumb. I think that's just stupid. Having a throw invul character in the corner, right? Because you gotta think about it more like in a logical RPS sense. Is you knock JP out or you put JP in the corner, why is he at the advantage? Why is one of his tools beat all options? It beats meaties, it beats throws, you know? Like, I mean, obviously if you don't attack, then you can beat it, but then he'll just wake up and jab your ass. You know, so it's like, it felt like even when he's knocked down, he's actually the one controlling the pace of the corner. Because you have to be like, okay, is he going to wake up and DP? Or wake up and, you know, reversal? And it's like, nope, he's just going to wake up, mash jab. You're like, oh, okay, that's kind of lame. Right? Like an EXDP beats throw and punch. In a, you know, in the same way. But his is like, gives him a combo. You know, like if he punches or throws you, he gets a combo off of it. Or he puts you like in a guessing scenario where like an EXDP, yeah, they wake up and they DP out, but they just get flat damage and then you're in the game. It's not like you try to grab him and then he grabs your ass and then now he does a fucking combo and now you're in the corner. I think that's stupid. Cammy should get nerfed. I think all of her spin knuckles should be negative. And maybe her dive kicks, but right now I'm saying her spin knuckles should just all be fucking... All of them should be negative. Any tool that allows you to skip neutral should just be negative. Right? Ken's Dragon Lash should be negative, but that's super DIable because it has a really long startup. Hers is like weird because she fucking shoots across the screen. Especially, I mean, and also Ken's doesn't go through fireballs. I'm pretty sure. Well, hers goes through fireball, right? It's once again those high risk, low punish. She either goes through your fireball and does a fucking combo on your ass, or you block it and you're like, what the fuck? And then she just, you know, and then you're just there. And then you're just there, and then you're like, okay, well now she's in my fucking face doing cammy things. And then she fucking throw loops your ass 6 times. And then the one time you try to fucking throw back, she shimmies you because she walks like fucking Sonic. Gets a big boy counter hit and then you're dead. You're like, well, I'm glad I got to play the game. That's something I would change with Cammy. Like I said, if the developers decide to change anything else, that's fine. These are certain tools I want to see equal. Lily should get buffed. In the regards that her DP should just be... Her DP should be invincible as well. Once again, if you have a DP, you should be able to DP. There's not a bad thing to wake up DP, right? I mean, if Kimberly and Lily players want to wake up DP and then lose 40% of their health, they should be able to. But then they should also be able to beat meaties and throws, right? They should have that. If they have the tool, the fact that's only used for anti-air is not cool. I think they should definitely change that. Zangief should get buffed. They need to fix level 1, not grabbing behind him. Or if you neutral jump, his level 1 just like doesn't work. They need to fix his Tundra, his like leg grab. I think it should just work on low kicks as well. I don't know how, but they should. It should work on Dalsum. Definitely should just work on Dalsum. Dalsum just full screen should just work. Like that move should just be good. Yeah, you know, because Zangief has like cool tools. He has like 25 grabs. I don't even know if I've seen them all. I think I've seen like 4 grabs out of like his 30. Make the other grabs better, possibly. But I think they should fix his level 1 and fix his Tundra. Luke, the character I play, right? The character I have the most time with. This is going to come as crazy. Like, what are you talking about when you say this? Luke should definitely get buffed. I'll put him in the nerf. Maybe there's some things that could be tweaked with Luke. Luke should get buffed. In the regards of his tackle, Luke's tackle is not good. Right? Because you have people like Ken, Kimberly, fucking Chun-Li, right? They have these overheads, right? These overheads are safe. Luke's fucking run into his overhead flip, one, doesn't lead to a fucking combo. It's like negative like 40 or maybe like negative 30. I think it's like negative 30. So that move is already kind of trash. But his EX tackle, where he actually shoulder checks his EX, should definitely get buffed. It should be projectile invincible the entire time, or at least a larger window, because I don't think it's invincible frame 1. I think it's like invincible like frame 3. So you kind of have to like predict it. And it's like negative 6 on block. Once again, if the normal tackles negative, why is the EX version, why is the armor bad, and why is it not like safe? It should be like -2. Like I said, EX moves should not be plus. They should be safe. If I'm spending 2 bars, they should do it right. And once again, this isn't like a Hazanshu or a spin knuckle or a fucking in and out. This is, you break the fireball, you tackle them, and then you don't get a combo. You get Oki, but you don't get a combo. Well, you also get Oki off of fucking combos. I'll tell you that much. Well, Luke gets Oki off of his EX tackle. Yeah, so do all these fuckers after they're done hitting you. This motherfucker's gonna hit you, run up, and then do a safe overhead again. If you press the button, he gets a combo. Shut the hell up. And then nerf, what should they nerf on Luke? I don't know. I honestly don't know what they should nerf. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, once again, Luke's like Jury. What did I say they should change on Jury? Maybe Jury should get buffed as well then. Because if they just have good tools, they should just make all the other tools good as well. Now, you know, like these two characters are perfect in a way. These two characters is what all these characters should be modeled after. These two characters. I think these two characters are the most balanced characters. Now you might be like, oh my god, but they're S tier. How are they good? How are they balanced if they're S tier? Okay, if I show you a diamond and a piece of poop, right? The diamond is nicer than the poop. But if I was like, hey, why would I want to turn this diamond into poop when I can turn this poop into diamonds? All of these people should be turned into diamonds. All of these should be equally as strong as these two. And how? By fixing the things that I feel like they mentioned. They make Blanca-chan better. They make Denshin Charge better. They give these two actual reversals in a way. This guy can actually go through fireballs. Her stocks are, you know, a little bit more balanced. He keeps drinks. All these people's tools are a little bit more, less gimmicky, more fair. Everybody's having a good time. Maybe if you think these two have gimmicky moves, then I don't know, fucking comment down below that, oh my god, this is the worst tier list I've ever seen. I don't care. This is my tier list. You want one, you go make a video. And then I'll leave a like on it. But that's gonna be the end of it. This is what I think really should happen at the end of the day. So if you like the video, make sure to subscribe button, comment down below, leave a like. And if you disagree with me, leave a comment, but also leave a comment why you disagree. Right? If you say, like, this tier list is stupid, I'm just going to mute you, and I'll never have to hear your dumb opinion for the rest of my life. If you can't provide constructive feedback, there's a reason, because probably what you're thinking is wrong if you can't validate why you think something. I gave you each reason why each person should be in this tier. But thank you, everybody, and I hope to see you all again next time. See ya.